Hey guys, how's it going? Today we got a very special disc, the Finish Line Discs Interval. I'm really excited about this disc. It's kind of like a Destroyer-esque thing. It's numbers 12.5, -1, 2. So marketed as kind of a straighter Destroyer. I've literally never held a Finish Line disc before. This one's in the forged plastic, which right off the bat, I really like the forged. It's got some nice bend to it. Like, it's 10 degrees out here. It's 10 Fahrenheit. And like, it's actually pretty flexible still, surprisingly. It almost feels like pro plastic, where it's kind of in between a typical premium blend and a baseline blend, because it has that flexibility and that tackiness, despite having the appearance and a little more of the durability of like a star type plastic. Really cool. I mean, just to compare, I've got an ESP disc, which is just stiff as can be, like extremely stupidly stiff. Which, yeah, it's below freezing, so it's not crazy. But we also have a cloud breaker here. A little, I'd say a little more flexible, this S-line, than the ESP. But this guy, like, just easy to taco, which I really like. I think that'll make it really good out here on a day like today in the winter. I'm excited to check it out. We're just gonna play some holes out here at Albert Oakland. See if this is the straighter Destroyer that the people have been looking for. At least I've been looking for. So hole one is 230 feet. Going distance driver. We're gonna go big hyzer out and around and try to skip up towards the basket, which is way to the left. So I threw that on a really aggressive hyzer angle, and the fact that it got all the way left actually kind of speaks to the fact that this is a little more understable than a typical Destroyer type distance drive. Whereas a more understable disc is going to have that kind of glide. It's going to want to come out just a little bit, which will actually make it get all the way left further than just a really overstable disc. All right, we got hole two, another shorty. We're just going to try to put the forehand kind of gently on a line through this gap right in front of the T-pad. Get low. Hey, not bad. Fought through there. So with that shot, I definitely don't have the strongest forehand. So the fact that it held straight, you know, 250 feet, that doesn't seem like much, and I mean, it's not much, but you know, it's not gonna be really dumpy like a lot of other distance drivers, even if you put it on a more gentle line. Again, great and very representative of the 12.5 -1, 2 that it's marketed as, which for me, big dub, that's nice. 500-foot par 3. Let's see if I knew this without tearing an ACL in the cold here. Oh yeah. Woo, baby. It's got some turn to it. That got about maybe 360, so I mean, it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like a crazy rip or anything, but it's also 10 degrees out, you know, forgive me. But I like how I put that on a good amount of anhyzer, and it just held the anhyzer like the whole time, came out at the very end. And that, it reminds me of like when you have an overstable disc and you beat it in, rather than getting an understable disc. Like, that to me is the best. That's peak disc golf. Overstable, beat in, where it holds the line and it's not just going to burn over, even though it's going to be more understable than when you originally got it. So I really like that. Like, it just holds the anhyzer. So really cool there. I feel like it's kind of hard to get a disc like that. Like, that's nice. That's really nice. Ooh, I just hate the cold. I had grown up in Maine. You'd think I'd be a little bit better playing in the cold and, you know, be able to weather the storm a bit more. That's just not the case. I hate the cold. This is a par 3, 344 foot, but you have to put it on a huge anhyzer and get way right after this peninsula of trees. So definitely not the shot you'd pick the interval for, but hey, we're gonna see how well it holds the turn. Oh yeah, get over there. Yeah. All right. was nice. That held the turn like really well, even though it came out the very end and got tangled up in some branches. Like the fact that it holds the turn for a while without having to like rip it, really nice. Ooh, not a great effort. Brand new T-pad, never before seen by me. This is a 470-foot par 4. You gotta smash this gap first. Yeah, this is gonna be a good disc for that. The turn on that disc, just out of the box. I mean, I literally got this today, and it's flying like a well-seasoned destroyer. Frick yeah, man. Once I beat this up for like a month or two, ooh, that's gonna be nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nuzzle up right in there, why don't you? Another brand new T-pad out here at Oakland. The 545-foot par 4. I literally have no idea where to throw. We're just gonna bomb it straight, see what happens. Oh yeah, that turn, frick, that turn is nice. All right, we got down here pretty well. Apparently, the basket's just behind these trees over here. We're gonna try to punch through the trees with just an overstable approach disc. If you're curious what I've been throwing on my approaches so far, I guess I should have told you guys, it's this nice Luna, this 2020 Luna. Freaking, has there ever been a better run of discraft than the 2020 Tour Series discs? Like, just so freaking clean. I'm thinking about doing a big Luna review. Every Tour Series Luna ever. So if that's something you're interested in, why don't you subscribe? Hit that subscribe button down below. Then do me a big favor, make my day. Subscribe. That'd be freaking sweet. And you might see a nice big Luna review. Wouldn't that be sweet? Oh yeah, get through there. Woo. Nice. Yeah, sweet. So we buried the 2 new holes out here, so that's pretty cool. Helps with their par 4s, but we are 2 down through 6. This is a 300-foot par 3, OB all right. This river over here to the right. Come back, come back, come back. Yep. Oh, beautiful. Frick yeah. Love that. Just effortless 300-foot shot. Throwing a little more Annie than I originally anticipated. But the Annie worked out and it broke just at the very last second. Broke out of the Annie at the perfect time, right before going OB. Yeah, this guy. This is the guy. We made it to hole 9, the final test for the interval. We're gonna do a big Annie and hoping it just kind of pans out instead of fighting out, instead of burning. We just want a nice pan out of this gap here. It's a par, what the frick is this? This is a par 3, 434 foot. This is a toughie, but I have so much faith in this interval now. So, yeah. Got a bit lucky there. Definitely didn't put that on the Annie that I wanted to. Just kind of came out flat. And you know, it still had some nice turn there, and it would have come out pretty hard if not for hitting that tree. But puts us in a good spot. So I like how the disc, even though I didn't get it on the Annie, because it has that natural turn, it's very forgiving. So you're never accidentally just dumping out super early. So I think it's great for an amateur arm, such as myself, where you don't always have the super consistent angle, but you definitely want something that's going to still turn and get max distance. Great choice. Well, I'm a dummy. This is actually in the par 4 spot, so not the ideal throw in the par 4 spot. Nice. Closing thoughts on the interval. I really like it, more than I thought I would. Has more turn than I thought it would. Rides really straight, even when thrown at less than max power, which I love. I feel like I really need a driver like that. I'm not a guy who throws a ton of distance drivers because I don't have a huge arm. So I find myself throwing fairways a lot, but this is gonna be a really workable distance driver. I really love the forged plastic. Like, I'm really curious what it's gonna be like in the summer because it's so flexible now still in the winter, which is really, really nice. I'm really excited to try more finish line discs, but this disc is the ultimate, well, I don't know, in my opinion right now, as someone who's thrown a ton of different drivers before, this is one of my favorite amateur distance drivers for max distance right out of the box. Really, really nice. This isn't paid or anything, not sponsored. I'm just really loving this disc. You know, for someone like Drew Gibson, this is probably the flippiest disc in his bag, you know. But for me, this is like a nice max driver. So I really like it. I recommend it. And you know, as someone who throws a lot of cloud breakers, I'd say like the Creator Series cloud breaker is more overstable. Maybe this is somewhere more similar to the stock S-Line DD3s that came out, which are also a little more flippy. I have an Echo Star lightweight destroyer that this reminds me of a lot, but it's nice because this is still max weight and you get a similar flight to like a really beat-in destroyer or a lighter weight destroyer, but you can get it at that max weight. You know, I'm just letting you know it's a nice disc. If you like this review, give it a like. That'd be sweet. If you have other distance drivers that you're excited about that you think could rival this guy, let me know in the comments. That'd be pretty sick. Maybe I'd review that one too. Maybe do a little comparison. Maybe pit them against each other, you know, a little challenge, a little battle. But I'm really thankful for you guys for watching. It really makes my day that I have people who watch my videos. That's just really awesome. So appreciate you guys. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you next week.